Few months back, when I was working on a design project, I had a chance to work with two managers. Both of them were extremely good at what they do, but I loved working with one of them and not so much with the other. So what was this difference exactly? It was the way they gave reviews on design and the work in general. One really made me feel as if he was coming from a place of scolding me or being harsh, whereas the other one really came across as a friend of mine or a big brother, so to say. I really enjoyed working with him and it felt like we are accomplishing something together. So in this video, I'm going to share some quick tips that can really make a difference when you are sharing a feedback. Let's dive in. You're working on a design. It doesn't look that good. Can I sit? Fuck it. See, it's my job to tell you as a friend, this design doesn't look that good. You know how they say, maza nahi aaya? This feels like that design. I really think you should work on it. That's a little harsh. What do you mean by that? Can you be a little more specific? It's my job to tell you what's wrong with it. It's your job to figure out. I just told you the design doesn't look good. Look at this. It doesn't look good. How can I tell you what's wrong? You are also a designer. Figure it out, na? I don't know what to do. I literally thought I was on the right track and now you have put all these thoughts in my head. Just forget it. I am sorry I even gave you a feedback. I thought you're my friend, but forget it. In this scenario, the feedback is given poorly and it feels like a forced opinion. So by the end of this feedback, Aditi now feels attacked and doesn't even know what she should do about it. This is an example of how not to give a feedback. Now let's quickly go over some tips that you can follow to give a good feedback. Take permission. Instead of just going and telling the person you can improve on blah blah blah, this is how you should do blah 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 blah. Instead of just blabbering, ask them if they're even looking for a feedback. And if so, what exactly are they looking for a feedback on? More often than not, the person already knows where they can improve and they're lacking a guidance, and that is where your feedback can really do a great job. So it's always a good tip to ask before advising somebody. Ask them what they're looking for and then deliver your feedback. And this really makes a huge difference on how they feel about the feedback. If you are just going there and without even asking them, telling them, hey, this is how you should not do this, or hey, this is how you should do this instead, it feels like a freaka gyan that nobody wants. So instead, try to come out as somebody who really wants to help them. Which brings me to the next point. Help rather than criticize. If you feel that someone needs your help or your suggestion could be of a great help to them, go and help them at the right time, because there is no point of helping them once the ship has sailed. Let's say you're giving your feedback on MVP designs and now the MVP has already launched. Will your feedback even make sense? Will the designer even be able to recall what you're giving feedback on, or will they even be able to fix based on your suggestion? There's nothing they can do, right? So give feedback when the person can actually do something about it. And I hope it's not too late. The best way to do this is to set a routine. Deciding a space or a time where you can actually give and take feedback freely. This will really help your designs to improve and you get to know at every single stage if you're heading in the right direction, so that it's never too late to work on that feedback. Which brings me to the next point. Don't leave them clueless or confused. Do you remember the feedback that Sarah gave where she said, you're working on a design. It doesn't look that good. Be specific. Be as clear and detailed as you can. When you go and tell somebody, I don't like your design, versus when you actually go and tell them, hey, I don't like the layout because I feel it's not aligning properly. You see, when you give a proper reason or you help other person understand where you are coming from, it helps them see from your lens. And that way they can really break down the feedback and understand what can be done about it. The reasoning is just as important as the feedback, because when you give them the reasoning, it really helps them understand where you are coming from. And that way they can definitely work on the feedback. When you tell them the specifics about why you don't like a certain thing or why something feels off to you, they can fix that specific area and really get to the goal faster. And while you do that, make sure your feedback is a balanced one. It should not focus too much on the positives or too much on the negatives. That way it reduces the impact of the feedback. So start with what impact they have created on the project, on the company, or on the organization, and then dig deeper into how can they improve this and double down on the impact. This way you can focus on the goals and objectives rather than just pointing out the flaws. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you are, we have similar content on our channel. So make sure to hit the subscribe and the bell icon and we'll keep you posted. Let's get back to the video for now. Now it's time to go beyond the suggestion. Now you've given a feedback and that's great. Now let's take it up a notch. Don't just tell them, show them. Show them resources, give them examples, give them inspirations to follow. And even if you have a design file that can really help them, share it with them. This will shorten their learning path and help them reach their goal faster. Hey Sarah, I had a look at your latest design project. and I think you've done some great work. Can I share some feedback on it? Yeah, sure. I am always open to feedback. Tell me what you like about it. You know, I've worked very hard on this project. Tell me. Oh, I can see that, but there are a few things that require some improvements. Just like the typography seems a bit off. Really? I love that part. In fact, I even copied this type from that website. Yeah, I can understand why you would think that, but I feel the typeface you have used doesn't quite match the overall aesthetics of the brand. And have you tried using some other font? It might work better for you. Acha? Can you suggest a good font? Then I can definitely use that in my project. Oh yeah, of course. In fact, I feel that a sans serif font would work really well with this design. And I actually have some more suggestions that I can share with you later. If you are someone who wants to learn more about fonts and wants to understand how to choose the right font for your project, we have linked a video for you. Oh yeah, good idea. Please do that. I will definitely use it in my design. Absolutely. In fact, I want you to know, Sarah, you've done a great work with this project. These are just some suggestions and opinions that can take you to the next level. So good luck for your work and keep up the great work. Yeah, I understand that. Thank you for the feedback. I never take anything personally. You know, a good designer never takes feedback personally. And you know I am a good designer now. So I don't take it personally. In this scenario, Aditi starts by offering validation to Sarah for the work she's already done and then proceeds with the feedback that is both specific and actionable. This makes it feel like she genuinely wants to help Sarah and Sarah is motivated to work even better on the project. Overall, the feedback is well received and doesn't come across as an attack, rather a help. So put on your superhero cape and start practicing your feedback giving skills today. This is my fake Aditi, guys. इसके बाद मैं replace होके बाहर चली जाऊंगी. आंखों में पानी आ गया. Come, just shut the fuck up. I want to finish the shoot.